just use those as a guide, and it helps keep it off of the floor. Okay, so I'm catching on the back leg on that side and the other one. So then what we'll do is we'll just tilt forward a little bit and just kind of cardboard and all. Perfection. So we successfully removed the old dishwasher. So now we're going to go up under the sink and do some soldering. Alright, I'm going to heat this up then, and if you want to kind of give it a wiggle, just kind of wiggle it around when I tell you. As soon as the solder starts melting, you're wiggling around, we'll have it end up popping off for me. It looks like it's kind of got a position where it might be holding a little bit of water. So let me see if I can pull down on it just a little bit.
Nope.
Nothing, okay. No worries. What's up?
Just tell me when to whip.
Oh, yeah. As soon as we see the solder get a nearer finish or it starts to drip or bubbling like it is, yeah, I think we're about ready, Ben. Go ahead. Maybe not. Okay, I'll tell you what, let me grab the channel locks and I'll just smack it once. When that solder's heated up, one little good smack and it should pop right off. Alright, of course that'll be real hot. The best way to successfully get a good solder joint, it's all about the flux and how clean your fittings are. I use the Oatly number 5.
You were using this?
No, that's garbage. Yep, bend it all up. Piece of sandpaper. Oh, here, never mind, I got it right here. I'm going to put a piece of paper towel down to catch the flux and the solder drippage. I don't want no burn marks on the bottom of the cabinet. I didn't bring a flux brush in, or an acid. Some people call this acid. Acid brushes. So we're gonna be careful because it's hot. Sometimes it's the best time to clean it. Clean it with sandpaper. Try to get everything I possibly can off. you want, I can disconnect that dishwasher hose from the garbage disposal. They've got this one done properly. You're supposed to take it up high above your flood rim. Your flood rim is up here at the kitchen sink, and you're supposed to get it as high as you can. The reason you do that is if the drain ever backs up, it's going to back up into the garbage disposal and then it tries to go to its lowest point, which will cause it to start backing up into the dishwasher. But if you got the hose up high like that, it will not back up into the dishwasher unless the drain's back up and you kick the disposal on. So that's why they put that loop up in there. Those clamps always come in handy. May very well use it. And we put it back together. So throw it off to the side. Let's see how they connected that up there. Can't see it. They got the flashlight. Okay. So up in there, oh, zip tie. Okay. So up there they connected the dishwasher hose with a zip tie, which is plenty good. Yeah, as long as it's up there. So we're gonna reach up in there and disconnect it so that it can be removed. I don't have a razor knife in here with me. So, darn it. Yeah, it may kind of. Let me see if I can just reach it with these channel locks and smash.
Where's his knife?
Oh, I got one in there. Oh, heck, it may. Yeah, it may prove to be pretty good. Magically worked. Alright, then if you want to pull that out. There's a little bit of water in it, I can hear it. Alrighty. So now we're going to get back to our soldering. A little bit of solder. And there's grime where the solder's at. So to make sure I get a perfect solder joint, I'm going to heat it up again, and then either hit it with the sandpaper or the flux. So you can see how it changed across there. Do that. Jump back in here. Sandpaper while it's still hot. Okay. Now it is pretty well clean. Good enough for a solder joint. There's a lot of solder already on it, as deep as the fitting, so it ought to be good anyway. So what I'm gonna do is put some flux on it. I don't have my brush, so I'm just gonna stick the whole container over it, move it around a little bit, make sure I get it saturated, and then we have that angle stop bend forward.
What is it?
The angle stop right down there in that package. the valve that was brass. Perfection. Make sure. Say half sweat by 3/8 compression. Angle stop. Whenever you want to solder them, you want to open them all the way up so that you don't burn the rubber that's inside there. Shouldn't get that hot, but it's definitely a precaution. Put a little bit of flux on the inside of your fit inner valve after you clean the inside of it. And then we're going to slip it on here. I'm going to face it downward because that's where my water line is going. I'm going to leave that other valve in there, the globe valve or gate valve. It's not actually a true gate, so we'll call it a globe valve. We'll leave it in there because it still seems to be working. And our new angle stop allows us to reduce to the 3/8 that we need for the dishwasher and gives us the angle we need. And it also gives us another valve, a secondary valve. I use MAP gas because it heats it up a little bit quicker. And I prefer MAP gas over propane. Propane will do the job, but if there's water in the pipes, propane tends to take a little longer. I'm heating it up back here to get some of the water out of the pipe. As you can tell, it's not level, so it's holding water. I'll fill this all out. All the solder around it. Some people will wipe their solder joints with rags while it's still real hot and wipe off like the bead that's right there on the bottom. It's all about style. I don't care to, but before it's super cooled down, it's still slightly hot, I do like to wipe it to get the flux off there, because the flux will make it start turning green within days if you don't get it all off. Okay, so now we're gonna turn it, ouch, fire hot. Yeah, the fire burns, ouch. We'll go ahead and turn that valve off, and then I'm gonna turn the globe valve back on just to make sure our solder joint's good. But I don't have to deal with it last minute. Everything looks good, but although I like to think I'm perfect, I'm sure I'm far from it. Alright, so that's pretty well off. We'll turn on our globe valve and make sure. Yep, looks good. I heard the water move. And everything's good to go. So we'll keep that pressurized the whole time. That way if it does have a very small leak on it, it'll do it before we go. Everything was clean, everything bled real good on it once we heated it up, got the solder to temperature. So I'm sure there's not no problems, but it's a good precaution to take. So now, I guess the next easiest thing to do is going to be to fish through the new hose. And that should be located on the inside of the dishwasher. So this big warning label comes on the end of the hose. And you'll be surprised how many people don't know to do that are in the industry. All that it says is that we need to knock out the plug in the garbage disposal before we fire a dishwasher up. Well, being that this is a replacement, it was already knocked out. But this is where the knockout is. So if it's a new garbage disposal, I'll take my screwdriver, pull it out, use this piece, set it in there, and then I just smack it a couple good times with the channel locks. It'll knock the knockout out. However, then you have to go inside the disposal to grab the knockout. You can typically reach your hands in there. If not, needle nose pliers will be sufficient enough. This is the new dishwasher hose. We don't need that. Some people will have the hose hole up top of the cabinet so that they don't have to anchor it on the inside for when the drain backs up. This one doesn't. So we're going to use the one down below like they already had. And that should be plenty. Go around. Where's that packaging? I think it's about it. Why do not break it out? Over there, sorry. So inside this packaging that comes with the dishwashers, a couple of different things. These are two brackets to anchor the dishwasher to the countertop. And these are two for the hose, and then screws for the countertop brackets. And I'm going to go with the red goes to up top here and the green goes to the bottom. Simply because the red one's bigger, the green one's smaller. I always use channel locks, grab them like this, expand them like I need to. Safety glasses would be nice, projectile. Expand them like I need to. Slip them over the hose. Then I'll slip the hose on there and pinch it again so that it goes on and stays on. Watch me constantly moving it, zooming in when it's not needed. So we are going to spin this around again, pinch it again. Smash it on and move the clamp to where I need it. The hose is done, short of anchoring it up inside the cabinet. We'll do that later with another zip tie like they had the other one. That was a decent idea. However, now we need to get the water line through. I'm using polybutylene 3/8 PEX. Good thing to remember on which ferrule to use. I always say it depends on what the water line is. If the water line's copper, use a brass ferrule. That goes inside the nut. But because my water line is plastic, we'll use a plastic ferrule that goes inside the nut. The bevel that's on the ferrule, right there, the smaller side, is going to go toward the valve. So I'm going to take that nut and put the fat side up as far as that ferrule goes. Fat side up, take the nut, Drop it on there. Keep them together. Take my water line. I'll push it through so that I don't have to cut and shorten this side. I'll do it once I get the dishwasher in. I got the nut with the ferrule already in it. Take the water line, push them together. Oh, the ferrule slipped out. It needs to be about to there. All those fails. If you don't get it on far enough or too close, you could barely put it on and then push your water line up into your valve. It'll stop when it needs to. So there's our valve. Take that, push up. Oh, it went up a little bit further. And then start putting it on, and then your water line's going to be almost complete. So you don't have to crank these down as tight as you can. You don't even have to do it when it's metal. Some people will use stiffeners inside these poly lines. It's not a bad idea, but it's not super important either, because we're not using a metal ferrule, because our water line isn't metal. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Probably tighter than it needed to be. I didn't bottom it out. There's still a couple threads left, but that'll be plenty of good to create a seal that we don't have to worry about. If you look in there,